Well, hey, neighbor, it's me, Angie. Come on in. This is our live neighborhood chat. Yeah, I didn't put up a. I thank y'all for coming and visiting me today. I'm glad y'all were here. Much longer, and I'm going to have to tell you all that I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And I will have my neighborhood. Hey, hey, hey. How are y'all doing? Well, I got my new wheelchair. I don't know if y'all can tell that I'm sitting up higher, but this wheelchair sits higher than my other wheelchair. It also lets up like this, like I'm almost in a standing position, and it also tilts back and raises my legs up. And I mean, it tilts back to almost feel like I'm touching the floor back there. Um, my physical therapist came by today to help me try to understand it. It's got a lot of buttons on it that I got to learn. And yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's funny. I was telling James, I mean, you would think a wheelchair is a wheelchair, but I guess it's like sleeping in your own bed. All of them are not alike. And I'm having to drive around and inch around like an inchworm in this one so I won't run over anything. And I mean, it's just something for me to get used to. It's just crazy. But I like it. It'll go faster and the batteries last longer. Um I can go 13 miles on a. Hey, Christina. Hey, Auntie Mama. Hey, Mr. Doggity Dog. Hey, Cuz, what you doing? Good to see you, Lynn. Um, I'm supposed to be able to go 13 miles on a on the batteries before they run dead. So I ought to be able to make it to Brookhaven, Lynn. Oh, it's got blinkers on it. This wheelchair has blinkers and it has hazard lights and it has the LED light when at night when you want to see. Oh yeah, it's got a lot of different things on it, but I don't think I'd be needing the blinkers because my children warned me not to be riding around town in my wheelchair. Don't do that. Which I don't think I'd be brave enough to do that anyway. In our little small town, everybody knows me. I don't think I could be riding around in my wheelchair. But if we went to a festival or a zoo or park or somewhere with the grandbabies, yeah, I could do it. So what are y'all doing today? I know land is crazy. I can it's got a headrest on the back of it. So when I lean back, I can just let my legs up and go back and it will oh, and my left leg, they put a regular stocking on it that's a large, extra large that I hadn't been able to get regular stockings. You know how you have the stockings you can buy that are for your legs? I've been buying 2X, and this one that I have on my left leg is a large, extra large. So my leg's about that big around now on that side. I mean, it's not very big at all. It looks like a normal leg. Now this one has a little bit to go. It's not that bad, but it's my bad leg. Compression, yeah. So I got a large, extra large compression on this leg, which is Hadn't done that in years. And then on this leg, they wrapped it again with the wraps and put a stocking on it, but not like this stocking. But it's coming down too. And soon I'm going to get in the AFO, which is the boot that causes me to be able to walk. But anyway, it's coming along. It's coming along. The weather's nice here today. What's y'all's weather like? Out of the blue last night, we just get rain. I'm sitting at the dining table writing something, and all of a sudden, James left to go to work, and I think, is that rain? And I mean, it was pouring down rain. I didn't even know we were, well, I should have known we were expecting rain because my back and side was hurting really bad. Today is Thursday. Oh, I want to tell y'all something. Tonight at 6, which I may be a little late, but tonight at 6 o'clock on Josie Cares channel, she's going to have funny stories, and I'm going to tell a story on there. But one of my best friends, Lynn, did you know Miss Rachel Hamilton passed away? One of my best friend's her mom passed away Tuesday, and she's going to come by this afternoon when I get through doing my live chat. And it's 62. Let's see what it is here. 55. It's 55 here. Yeah. I don't know if you know it or not, but she fell down and broke her hip. She fell and broke her hip, and then her dementia got worse. And I knew she wasn't doing well, but Katrina sent me a message Tuesday and told me that she had passed away, and she and Brad were with her mom when she passed away. I'm telling you, Lynn, every time one of those people that used to teach us pass away, that moves us on up to the top level. The only place we got to go is up above. You know what I'm saying? So what else do y'all do? I got to order my computer this week. James is off for 7 days. And so I got to order my computer. The ladies are coming next Monday to help me with the organizing and deep cleaning of my house. I hired this agency to do that. I have a lady, Miss Kim, that does excellent. She does my floors and my bathrooms and my cleaning like that. But I want a spring cleaning done, like take the curtains down, take my blinds down, clean my closets out. I want that kind of cleaning. They're supposed to be coming Monday. Start with the organization. I'm going to declutter. I'm going to get rid of stuff. I'm telling you, I'm going to get rid of stuff. So sad. And yes, I'm ready when he's ready. Yeah, me too. That's what I say. The way I was hurting Monday, I'm telling y'all, was it Monday? No, it was Tuesday because my physical therapist was supposed to come. My pain level was a 12. I mean, it was at the point where I was ready to pay any amount of money for somebody to give me something to make the pain go away. I mean, I was hurting so bad. That was Tuesday. I told my physical therapist, I said, don't come today. Don't come today. This was Tuesday. I said, because I'm not good. I'm not in a good place. But I'm telling you, I woke up and my whole body was hurting Tuesday morning. From my head to my toes, but mostly my spine, because that's where the tumors are. My gosh, I was hurting. I don't know if y'all, the people that have arthritis, Tuesday was a bad day for y'all, but it was a bad day for me. Now, I'm still sore where I had hurt all day that day, but I'm not hurting. Even when I would breathe in, I would take a breath in, It would hurt. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know why. Let's see. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow with Preston. I think I'm gonna get him to check my A1C. I think I'm gonna get him to check my A1C. Yeah. So what's been going on with y'all? Um, James is in there asleep in the chair. He worked last night. He said he was going to get up and go out to Jason's because a friend of ours, they're building their house, and he wants to go out there for some reason. I said, no, you stay right there in that chair and sleep a few hours. It's not going to hurt anything. The world's not going to come to an end if you sleep a few hours during the day without having to go to work. Well, he don't want to sleep all day today because he won't sleep tonight. You know, so that's what he don't want to do. But if he sleeps 4 hours, he's going to be able to sleep tonight. I know he is. Something else I wanted to tell y'all. Hey, Josie. Josie, I sent you another email after the one that you and I discussed about tonight. Uh, I sent you another one to see if you were going to send me the link for when I do get to come on tonight. How many people do you have telling a story, Josie? Did you end up getting 5 people? Oh, okay, gotcha. Did you end up getting 5 people to tell a story? 4, 5. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all come over to it's not Josie's place, it's Josie Cares. She might can drop that link or Christina can if you she's gonna be on it's gonna be 6 Central and it's gonna be 4 Josie's time. But she's gonna have a different person telling a funny story. And I couldn't think of one. And then the other night, Taylor and James was here and they're like, oh, you should tell this one. And they told me a story I should tell. I said, are y'all sure y'all want me to tell that story? And they were like, yeah. I said, okay, I guess I can tell it. So I told Josie, I said, Taylor and James just gave me an idea about a funny story. It's kind of funny, but it could have been very, very bad. It could have been very bad. But I'm looking forward to everybody's story. Um, so when the ladies come to start organizing and cleaning, deep cleaning Monday, I'm gonna take all my jewelry that I still have from all the auctions and everything, and I'm gonna try to organize all that jewelry and get it all in one place. I ordered me some organizing bins, to organize things. I ordered me a medicine organizer to organize all my medicine. I got 2 new shower curtains to put in each bathroom. I'm telling y'all, I'm getting rid of some stuff in this house. There's no sense in my children. If something happened to me and James, there's no sense in my children having to go through all this. Oh, they would be saying, "What was Mama and Daddy thinking? Why are they keeping all this?" Now, I honestly have one of those larger plastic totes full of nothing but pictures. When we used to take pictures and get them developed. Well, I would like to go through those pictures and organize them, you know, but it would take me days to do that. I'm not kidding. It would take me days. I have picture albums full of pictures. I have boxes full of pictures. But I'd like to get all those in one spot. All my jewelry in one spot. Just all my makeup in one area. Just get it all organized. It's just getting out of hand. I mean, it's getting out of hand. I'm gonna tell you. Now, Josie and Pam have an auction tomorrow on Josie's channel. It's their Friday auction. You can also drop that link too, Josie. And anybody, Christina, if you got any link that you want to drop, you can drop in, honey bunny. But I just did a bunch of spring cleaning and organizing for our yard sale next weekend. Cleaned out my closet too. See, that's one thing I'm going to do. I have each of our bedrooms has a walk-in closet. Okay, my walk-in closet, the top of it, which is organized, but it hadn't been cleaned out since I've been wheelchair bound. Nobody's been able here to help me. Now it's all organized, but I can't remember what all I have up there. I ordered a thing to organize my golden books because I collect golden books, the little children books, and I have like 300 of them or more maybe. But I got a thing to organize all those books. This YouTube room is just out of control. I mean, it is just, I don't need this much stuff in here. And how many times have I told y'all that I wanted this hospital bed out of this room? I mean, I want it gone. Maybe when they're coming Monday and James being off 7 days, he will get that bed out of this room. But then what am I going to fill it with? I mean, I need to get something to just say this goes here. Everything needs a place. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Terry, how are you? Welcome in. Now, if you look at Josie, like when Josie does a live, she sits there with her computer and you notice what's behind her. She has a couch and it looks all neat and everything. She just looks like she has everything in place. And I want to be able to have everything in its place where it's supposed to be. And I just don't feel like I do. I don't feel like I have everything. I want all my books in one place. I don't know. I just got to, they could have priced it any way they wanted to, and I would have said, okay, I'll pay it. Because, hang on a minute, y'all. I've got to get used to this chair. I don't want it to throw me out of the chair. Hold on a minute. Oh, you need a chair and a table. I need a chair and oh yeah, for this room, yeah. I would like a new desk. Where this was sitting, this is an older desk, but I would like a different desk. I would actually like this desk turned this way up against this wall over here because it doesn't have a window and it's just a wall back here that has all my owls on it. And I would like this turned like this. Is what I would like to happen, which it could happen. I know, Christina. I know. I do too. I mean, some people just have a gift for it. They have a gift for organization, and they keep everything organized. I'm going to go through every drawer here at my house. I done told the ladies that's coming. I said, I am going to be, and James brought some of those huge plastic bags, Lynn. You know what I'm talking about? They have at the plant that you could almost put a body in. And I am going to fill those jokers up. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. And I don't really want to. We got a place that we take it to, and we're caving the next town over. It's called Angel's Attic or somewhere, and they take donations. And I would much rather give it to somebody like that than to just throw it out and it not be used. Now, if it's not worth, I don't want to send just junk down there. I want to send stuff that can be used, but I'm gonna send some stuff down there. It's probably gonna fill the back of James's truck up. It probably is. And see, there's books on the top of my closet where I have it all organized that I would read every once in a while. I would take them down and read them again. I don't even know what books I have up there now that I could be reading because I love to read. And which I don't have time to read. I wish I did have time to read more, but I don't. Do y'all know they did not even send me a booklet with my wheelchair to tell me what button? I mean, it has a Bluetooth on it, which you can Bluetooth to your phone, and it will. You can use your phone. It will pick up radio stations. It'll play music. It'll do a lot of different things. But they didn't even send me a book, and I like to hold a book in my hand with instructions to tell me how something works. But no, you got to download this app. And I downloaded the app, tried to put my information in there, and it said, come back later. The site isn't working. Hello? I need to know how this wheelchair works. But y'all should see this light when I turn on the light. This LED light that's on this wheelchair, it shines like I don't know what. It is bright. I sure hope you love them. They fit Miss Josie. Oh, Unique's by the Creek. Are you talking about her clothes? Unique by the Creeks has auctions. Imagine that. Somebody coming to my channel that has auctions. Imagine that. But she has clothes that she sells. Nice, nice clothes. Nice. Does your chair have snacks and beverages? I wish it had a little cooler on it, where I could put my drink. You know what I'm saying? It may have a place for a cup holder. My other one did. Hey, Patrick. Thank you for flying through. Appreciate you. Hey, Jonas. How are you doing? Um, anyway, the little joystick, it's over here. And this one has the capability, you push it out and you push it back like that. The joystick and all the buttons. Then you can pull it back up like this, and so you can reach it. But there's one thing I have to get used to because this one sets higher, is when I go to get out of this, my feet do not touch the ground. I have to slide to the end of the chair, which I have a fear of falling because I've fallen before. Then I have to tilt the wheelchair up like this. Then when I start tilting, I feel like I'm going to fall forward. But I'm really not because my booty that's so large is still in the seat. I mean, a lot of my booty is still in the seat. But it feels just like I'm going to slide out of it. So I got to get used to that. It's just something to get used to, I'm telling y'all. Well, hello, She Cooks and Roast. How are you? Y'all don't forget to come over to Josie's tonight because I'm pretty sure the stories are going to be funny. I mean, I know Selena's probably going to tell a story. Josie, I don't know if you were here when I was telling this, but they finally got a large, extra large compression stocking on my left leg. My left leg is about this big around now. I mean, it looks like there's no fluid on it. None. My right leg, which is the one I have foot drop, it is down. It's not quite small enough to put a compression stocking on yet. Like you buy a compression stocking, but it's almost there. I'm doing good. Got my new wheelchair today, trying to get used to it. I went over and look. I've watched She Cooks and Roast channel twice. I've been over there and went into the chat. She was cooking. It looked like these tortilla, big, huge tortilla things one day, and then the next time she was making steak sandwiches. Is what it looked like. Yeah, the fluid is coming off. Oh, I couldn't believe that my leg could get that small. I looked at it and I was like, see, I thought my leg was big down there because I've gained so much weight. But really, a lot of my weight through here is fluid because I retain fluid. And it must have been that much in my legs because I thought I had just gained so much weight. There's a reason that my thighs and calves were so much larger than they used to be. But that's not the case. It was I couldn't imagine, and I didn't imagine how much fluid that I was carrying around. Christina's got some short videos out of her dumpster diving. Y'all need to go over there and watch those. Have y'all watched that new short that I have out about Psalms 23? Oh, there's my costume jeweler. Hey, CJ, how are you doing? I got my wheelchair today. It's crazy too. I'm having to put it's got turtle mode and rabbit mode. And I'm in the very first turtle mode where I can just I got to be careful going in and out doors at my house because I'm not used to going in this wheelchair. And it's so weird because you would think, well, I've been in an electric wheelchair before. How much different can it be? But I'm telling y'all, it's like driving a bus. This one is like driving a bus, and that one in there is like driving a Volkswagen. This one has so many things on it. Oh, CJ, I'm feeling better, but I was hurting so bad Tuesday. That's what I was telling them. Um. Oh, okay, CJ. Love you. Have a good day. Oh, y'all, let me tell y'all this. Oh, thank you, Rose. She cooks and roasts. What's your first name? I forgot. Oh, let me tell y'all this. All right. Thank the Lord, which I do every day, that James has good insurance at his job. Okay. And I knew that I better go ahead and get another wheelchair before he retired because I really don't know what Medicare will pay on a wheelchair or what they'll approve. Okay. So I knew I had gotten worse and I needed more things on my wheelchair, and I could get one every 5 years. I knew that. So 5 years ago, when I got that wheelchair in there, I about fainted when I found out how much that our insurance paid for it. Because if James and I would have had to pay for it, let's just say Angie wouldn't have got a wheelchair. I would have had to take out installments. Okay. That's the first wheelchair. It was $8,600, the one that I was riding around in before I got this one. Okay. So that's why I was kind of nervous if the insurance was going to pay that kind of money again for me to get another wheelchair, because that's like buying a vehicle. That's like buying an automobile. And I'm like, I don't know if they'll approve it now. I do have this one and it still works. But I needed some more things added to what I already had because my situation has gotten worse. So when they went to order this wheelchair, I just prayed. I said, Lord, I really want that wheelchair, but I hope you see for the insurance to approve for me to get the wheelchair. And we got the wheelchair today, and I told the young man that delivered it, I said, "Hey, did they send an invoice with that wheelchair?" Because I was curious to know how much this wheelchair, if James and I would have had to pay out of pocket without him having insurance. See, because if in 5 years he'll be retired, and I really got to take care of this wheelchair because this one costs $14,500. Yes. So in 5 years, when he's retired, I can't see another insurance paying that much money for a wheelchair. I can't see it. So I have got to baby this wheelchair like it's my last that I'll ever get. I about fainted. I said, "James, look at how much this wheelchair costs." I could not believe it. And then I started thanking the Lord, saying, "Oh, thank you, Lord, for the insurance. Thank you, Lord, for the insurance." Because if we hadn't had insurance, Angie would have never got this wheelchair. I'm telling y'all right now. Oh, Latoya. Okay. Nez, how are you doing, sweetie pie? Honey bunny, sweetie pie. I know it, Christina. I don't see how people that are handicapped, I don't know how some people make it. And my heart goes out to them because only by the grace of God, and I give him all the credit, am I able to get the things that I get for being handicapped. I've never asked his insurance for anything that they haven't okayed for me. All right. And I don't say that in a bragging way. I say that in a way that it shocks me every time that my doctor says, "Okay, you're going to have this. I'm going to have to write you a prescription for this." Like I'm going to have an AFO. That's boot and shoes for my foot drop. Well, AFOs are not cheap either. And I'm thinking, "Oh no, they just paid this amount of money for my wheelchair." And now my physical therapist is saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going to order your AFO in a few weeks." And I'm thinking, are they going to pay for my AFO? And on top of that, I just got the exclamation of benefits from my hospital stay up here from where I had pneumonia and the flu. I'm telling y'all, I don't see how people do it that don't have insurance. My heart goes out to them, and that's something that I don't take lightly. I mean, I don't take it lightly. "Oh, James has got insurance. Let me just get this." No, 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 no. And honestly, every time they go to want me to get something for my disability, I'm like, "Ooh, I don't know if they're going to pay for that or not." And I know it's going to get to the point, it's either James is going to retire and we're not going to have that insurance anymore, or either they're going to turn me down. It's coming. I know it's coming. But I've got to get all the things I need now for when that time does come. Because I don't really see how people do it. I don't. I don't see how people that don't have insurance or their insurance doesn't pay for certain things. Look, one of my medicines that I take a month. If James's insurance didn't pay for it, the prescription, you have a prescription drug plan on your insurance. If his insurance didn't pay for that medication, that medicine would cost us $1,100 a month. $1,100 a month for that medication. And then when he retires, and he'll be 59 in July, 60, 61, in 3 years. And what's 3 years? 3 years is only 36 months. You can't even really finance a new car for 36 months. That's nothing. 36 months is nothing. And then I'm just saying, "Okay, Lord, I'm trusting in you to take care of me after that, which he's taking care of me now. I have no doubt of that. Oh, yes. Yes, I do agree. I do believe that, Christina. He will. I do believe that with all my heart. But my heart goes out to people that don't have insurance, and I just want to say, man, I wish I could help them in some way and do something for them because it's got to be very stressful. And what I said to myself was, well, if they don't approve this wheelchair, I still have my other wheelchair. That's what I kept saying. I kept saying, well, I do have a way of going because um try living in California. I'm still working and I'm old. Oh yeah, Josie, I don't see how you live in California. I really don't. I have heard some people talk about how expensive it is to live in California. And when gas prices go up, the news will talk about the prices up north, the prices in the south. Then they'll go to the prices in California. I don't even see how y'all drive cars when the prices go up like that. I told James, I said, we could not live in California. I know that much. Roger Blair, welcome in. How'd you hear about the channel? But it's like I was listening to this guy. He was talking, and Gen Xers and beyond. And what I mean by that's like my mom's generation and then Josie's generation. Josie, were you the baby boomer? Were you the baby boomer generation? Or did they even name generations? Or I know my mom's a baby boomer. We're Gen X's, but they were talking about Gen X and back are the last generations that know how to really survive if the grid goes down, that we know how to live because we have had to do without, you know. But we're going to have to teach um, the millennials, the Gen X's, the Gen Z's, the alphas. We're going to have to teach all them what to do because they're not used to doing without. What is the baby boomer era? Let me see. Let me see what it is. Let me pull it up. What years are baby boomers? I know James and I are Gen X. Okay, 1946 to 1964 are baby boomers. 1964, but if you're 65 to I think it's in the late 80s or 90s, you're Gen X. Let me see what 1941 was. Oh, you're the silent generation, Josie. You're considered the silent generation. I did not know that. 1928 to 1945 is considered known as the traditional generation. I did not know that. During the Great Depression and World War II. That is cool. I did not know there was a such generation as the silent generation. Oh, that's okay, Nancy girl, Nez. I was just saying hello. Yeah, Gen X. But we all from Gen X back, we know how to survive. I mean, we know what it means to do without. That's what this guy was talking about. But he was talking about people that were past Gen X. They weren't going to be able to survive because they're used to just having everything instant, instant, instant. I grew up in Arkansas, born in 77. Let me see what the Gen X generation. I think you're Gen X. What years are Gen X? 1965 to 1980. 1965 to 1980. You're a Gen Xer, Roast. Josie said, you and my baby brother are the same age. He was born in 77. Josie said, I'm strong and outspoken. Ha ha. Yeah, Josie, but I bet you saw a lot more than what we saw as far as survival. But I'm sure it was so much fun back then. So it was hard work, but I could just imagine it was satisfying. You know what I'm saying? Simple, hard work, but satisfying. Are you serious? My husband is from Hughes. Wait, what? Yeah, I think because everybody was trying to survive and everybody was in the same boat. And what I loved that my grandmother used to talk about was, which, it was further back than you, Josie, um, bartering. You know how people would barter? And they would, okay, well, you have this and I have this, and we're going to barter. We're going to, work it out. And it wasn't all about money. Yep, 1971, Gen X, 67. Christina, that is so funny. Hill and White is my family's last names. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that Christina has found someone that her husband may know. That is amazing here on the internet, on YouTube. Was raised by my mother's parents, depressed era folk. Yep. Oh, that's the way it is here in my small town. Everybody knows everybody. And if you don't know what's going on in your life, somebody out there will tell you. They'll tell you your business and you won't even know it. Oh, you were born in 1946? My mom was born in 1947. Welcome in, Gladys. Hey, Leon, how are you? Welcome in. Was raised by my mother's parent. Hughes is so teeny. I bet you money y'all probably know each other. Yep. I hope you're doing well, Gladys. Welcome in. I'll ask if he knows y'all. That'd be cool to find out. Let's see. This town that I live in has, well, I'll tell you this. I graduated high school with 55 students. My son I graduated in 85 with 55 students. My son graduated in 2009 with 55 students. Now, something happened in 2013 because Taylor graduated and they had the largest class ever at Weston Attendance Center, and they had 101 students. So there was a big fluctuation of children being born in 1995 because they had the largest class ever to graduate from that school in 2013. That was Taylor's class. Yep. We had to go to school together. It was only one school. Oh, cool. I hope you're keeping well too, Leon. Oh, I can't wait to get Josie had these scissors that she was auctioning off on her channel. I think they may come today because I said I was getting a package from Josie. But I've got to have a good pair of scissors. Every time we go to cut something, and why do people do this? I have 4 pair of scissors, and I'm telling you, none of them work well. Now they'll cut, but you'll be saying some words you don't want to say after you use them a couple times. Why don't I just throw those scissors away and just not even have to look at them anymore? But for some reason, I just am holding on to these dull scissors. And it's not like the ones like my grandmother had when she quilted. Oh, you didn't touch her quilting scissors. Honey, if she saw you cutting something besides material with her quilting scissors, you were in trouble. No, ma'am, you did not use her scissors. But you could also sharpen those scissors that she had. But these little cheap scissors that we buy today, I mean, they'll cut maybe a couple of things. You might as well throw them in the garbage. They're not good anymore. But I'm hoping these that I get from Josie are a little bit better, and I'm going to throw all the other ones out and keep those. Yeah, Josie, it said I was getting something from you today. I hope they come. My scissors grow legs and walk away. Isn't that amazing how that happens? That it's not only scissors that happens with. Naz, other things have legs and move too. And I know you're familiar with that. It's stuff just starts walking away. Oh, Josie has a wonderful, wonderful channel. Nez, Christina, y'all need to check out. She cooks and roasts. Leon, when are you coming back? Are you coming back soon, Leon? I hope so, Josie. Um, I was telling you that the organizers are coming Monday and the spring cleaners and all that. So what I intend to do is when I come across those dull scissors that I just say, oh, well, I better hold on to these. I'm going to chunk them. And then James tells me, okay, everybody has a junk drawer, right? Well, I have a couple of junk drawers, maybe even more than a couple, I have to confess. But he's got this drawer, and I don't know why it's in the kitchen. Please don't ask me why it's there. I do not know. But as long as we've lived in this house, this drawer has been there. And it's got let me tell you what it's got in it. It's got bolts and nuts and screwdrivers and knives and knife sharpener, tape, and I've been wanting to get rid of this drawer for years. And James is like, no, we need, I find stuff in there. And I wouldn't touch it. When I would do my own spring cleaning, I wouldn't touch it. I would just leave it. And now he tells me the other day, when those ladies come, tell them to clean this drawer out. I look at him like, are you serious right now? You have told me for years not to touch that drawer because I'm telling you, ladies, it has bolts and nuts in it that are probably over 20 years old that James always says, oh, we may need those. We may need those. You haven't used them. And if I would have went in there and thrown those out, oh my gosh, I'd probably be in a divorce right now. And now he tells me, ask the ladies to clean this drawer out. Like, I'm going to kill him. Just don't know when I'll be back. Probably. Yeah. Oh, okay, Leon. Well, I hope everything's going well. I need to get a new pair of scissors from Joann's Fabric. And then, oh, Joe, y'all have a Joann's Fabric? That's where my memo used to buy a lot of her fabric to do her quilts. Oh, and they're going to help me clean my quilt box out and organize it. All the quilts that my grandmother left me and my blankets and stuff. They're going to help me clean all that. And I'm going to wash them up real good. I'm telling y'all. I don't know what I'm getting ready for. I don't know if I'm getting ready to have a party, cleaning all this out, or I don't know, but I'm getting ready for something. You know, they say, and I'm not pregnant, because usually when a woman gets close to having the baby, they say she goes to cleaning, you know, and my grandmother always would say it was nesting. Oh, you started nesting. And so I'm not nesting because I'm not pregnant, but I've got spring fever, that's for sure. I thought so, Josie. I thought it was closing. I thought it was. I don't know. I guess all they'll have now is Hobby Lobby and I wonder where else you're going to be able to buy fabric. Oh, and y'all need to check out Nez. She can paint really, really well and draw. Beautiful voice, can sing. Uh, Josie does junk journals. Y'all should. Oh, that's another thing. Josie has sent me and Pam have made junk journals for my grandbabies. So when we get the YouTube room organized, and I've been writing in on different things, I want to put those in a special place. And I just want them to be seen. You know, when people come on my YouTube channel, they can see, you know, how you go to some YouTube channels and they just have this beautiful background. And you're thinking, how organized is that? That looks beautiful. I just can't get there. I don't, now don't get me wrong. I've always cleaned my house and it's always been clean, but it's been lived in. And I've just kept stuff neat, but I can't just look at a wall and go, oh, this would look good there. Let's hang this. Oh, let's put this picture there. I can't do that. I can't. Michael's maybe? Oh yeah, I forgot about Michael's. You're welcome, Nez. It's the truth. Um, I'm a realist. You know, I have other gifts besides, but I wish I was a little more artistic. You know, be able to visualize something and it happen. It always amazes me that people can look at somebody else. You know, these people that can sketch you, they can look at you and then you can sketch you on a piece of paper. And I'm thinking, I can't even draw a stick man very well. I mean, I can't color between the lines and I can't paint my fingernails, but I don't see how people do that. Ray can do that. I know. Isn't that amazing? And when you tell people that that's amazing that can do that, they're like, oh, it's nothing to it. And they don't think that's an amazing gift. But that is an awesome gift to have, is to be able to draw. Oh, and be musically inclined. I mean, the only thing I can play is the radio. I mean, I can't play. I've always wanted to play the piano. Okay. Um, I can draw or paint anyone and anything. Love to do pet portraits. See, that's a gift. That is a wonderful gift. But we didn't know this until our son was a senior in high school. He needed like a half a credit and he took keyboarding. And He always played sports. He was on the academic team. He was made straight A's. He gets to become a senior in high school and he takes keyboarding. Who knew it? He could sit down at the piano and just hear it and play it. Well, I go over to the school one day. His music teacher walks up to me and says, "How many years did Matt take piano lessons?" I said, "Matt has not ever had piano lessons in his life." She said, "Really?" Because he can just sit down and just pick up the piano like I don't know what. We never knew. Had he never taken keyboard in high school, I would have never known my son could play by ear. He taught himself to play the guitar. Now, my oldest sister, has a beautiful voice. I don't know where Matt got to being musically inclined because James and I, like I said, we only play the radio. We don't sing very well and we don't play a musical instrument. But the two things that I would like to play the piano, but I'd have to read music. I wouldn't be able to play it by ear. Like Matt, he just picks up the sound. And the saxophone. I would love to play the saxophone. Oh, see, and you make jewelry. Now, I've done diamond art. I've done that. I can't wait to get Berkeley and when Livy gets older involved in the diamond art because Berkeley loves crafts. And she's gotten pretty good about being able to paint my fingernails and hers. I started her out really young painting fingernails, and she would go all up and down my finger painting it. But this last time she painted my nails, she really did good. I haven't heard from Judy May, and I've been trying to get in touch with her. I've been sending her messages over Messenger, and I'm gonna have to send her an email. I miss her so much, and I think about her, and I'm praying for her. And April, hey Yankee Cow, how are you doing? Yeah, Nez is very gifted. I only have the gift of gab. I can write a little poetry. Um, I mean, I used to not think that I was gifted, but now older, and being on YouTube, I realize that I do have a few gifts, and I'm using them more, and I'm paying attention to them more than I used to. Because I'd go around saying, "Oh, I don't have a gift. The Lord didn't gift me with anything." But then I got to thinking, everybody can't do this. Everybody can't do this. And I started thinking about things that I could do, and because I used to be really, nobody knew I wrote poetry for years because I was like, "Ooh, this is kind of weird. I don't know if this is anybody should know that I write this kind of stuff, because it would be like, okay, don't misunderstand me when I say this, okay? Now, my family they were intelligent, but they weren't into like Shakespeare and like poetry. And I wouldn't read some of the poetry that I'd write because it would seem awkward for them because they couldn't appreciate it. Let's just say that. Because that wasn't their thing. And I'm not putting them down. I'm just telling you where they were in their life and then where I was in my life. Uh, but my grandmother had crafting. She quilted. She made clothes. I mean, she had a gift for that. Um, and she would quilt some quilts, and then she would tack some quilts. There's a difference. You use crochet thread to tack. And to be honest with you, she made some beautiful tacked quilts. Most people wanted to quilt it all the way through. But I got her to make me a few tacked quilts. And you know what I may do? I may do another video after we get my quilt box straightened out to show you just. I did one video one time, but I couldn't get in there to get all the quilts out, and I only showed a few. I sent CJ one of my grandmother's quilts for his home in Texas, and I know my grandmother is smiling down from heaven over that one of her quilts made it to Texas. I know she's smiling on that one. Oh, but she could quilt, and she didn't think anything about it. She didn't think it was something special. Boy, if she was living today, she would understand that's a dying breed. People do not quilt anymore. But my grandmother absolutely loved it from the beginning to the end, from cutting out the pieces that she was going to put together to sewing them together to putting them finally making the quilt. She loved everything about it, everything. And I wished a million times I would have got in there and said, "Oh, I want to learn this, Mama." She would have been so thrilled that I cared about something that she was doing. And I look back now and I'm thinking, Angie, you were so busy and selfish. You should have spent time trying to pay attention to what she was interested in. And boy, did she want me to learn how to make homemade biscuits. And I wouldn't do it. And I don't know why I wouldn't do it. Because she would say, "Now get over here and watch me make these biscuits because I'm not going to be here forever." And I would say, "Memo, don't talk like that. You know, you're doing good. You make the biscuits. I love your biscuits. Now, why didn't I just get over there and just make biscuits?" I don't know. Claudette is somewhere with her sister Rose. I think that's her sister's name. One of her sisters. She told me she wasn't going to be able to. Yeah, she did say she was going to be gone a while, Josie. You know that her sister April was diagnosed with cancer and she wasn't doing well. And you know, Judy had a brother to pass away a few months ago. She's just been having a hard time. Oh yeah, Nez, I'll tell her. And if you hear from her, you let me know too, and you tell her that same thing. Oh well, that's nice, Yankee. Good. Oh, see, Nez, you can write poetry too, girl. You just gifted. No, they can't. You used to make Barbie quilts. I have a cousin that makes Barbie clothes and doll clothes. Do you know how tedious that is? She makes purses and quilts and I'm just like, oh, and baby, like every time I've had a grandbaby, she's made them an outfit. I'm just like, come here, let me knock you out. Why are you so talented? Oh, you make things out of wood and stain them? Now that's a nice gift too. Wait a minute. If anyone is interested in custom made Barbie clothes, please see Made by Pam, lovely, talented lady. Oh, Berkeley is just getting into Barbie dolls. I need to write that down. Made by Pam. I just was on an auction with Tooch Man, and he had a bag of Barbie clothes and accessories. It was about this tall, full of nothing but Barbie and Ken clothes and accessories. And I got that for Berkeley. So when she comes this next time, I'll be able to give her clothes because she got Barbies for Christmas and a Barbie house. Yes, prayers for April. I just could not believe that. she and Judy May always spent every day together. They would go places. She would take Judy May shopping. I was just, oh, I know it's devastating. Yeah, it does. Wisconsin Greg, welcome in. Face the ace. I'll be glad when I face the ace when it's gonna be either April or it's gonna be either May or June where James and I always take our trip to the coast. I'll be able to take my new wheelchair. Oh, that reminds me, we are gonna put our Jeep Compass where James carries my other wheelchair in the back on that little lift thing. We're fixing to sell that and get a van or a SUV that has the um thing that lets down and you just ride up in the automobile with your wheelchair, so he won't have to lift it. You know. So that's the next thing we got to do because this wheelchair is heavier than that wheelchair. And the more weight, you got to make sure your car or your SUV is capable of handling the weight of something that you carry in the back of your automobile or your truck or whatever. How are you doing, Face the Ace? Show some love. I'll show some love to the Wisconsin Greg. I'll have to go over there and visit. Hey, Angela. Angela's West Coast, I think, and she and John and Uni Magic's not involved in that. Is it just you and John Lucas, Angela, that's going to be selling against Dawn Southern Finds and Yarn again? Who all's in that? You can drop that link. That's tonight, isn't it, Angela? East and West. Isn't that tonight? How are you doing? Welcome in. Oh, there's the site. Okay. I am so happy. Y'all don't forget to give me one of these. Thank you. I don't know who all's having auctions right now, but I usually come in on Thursdays and have my live chat. I'm doing a lot better. I'm doing a lot better. I am. Y'all have to go over. Oh, Maria. Okay, so it's going to be you, John, Maria on the west. On the east, it's going to be Dawn, Teresa, and Tooch. Is Tooch Man involved in that? Oh, wait, there's another one. Oh, Maria, California Thrifter. Yeah. Oh, that's who it is. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Anyway, there's been a lot of smack talk going back and forth from the west to the east and from the east to the west about who's going to win. I don't really know all the rules. If it's who sells the most, or I don't know how they're going to determine who the winner is. One being against the other. It's all in fun. It's nothing, you know. But you know how it is when you smack talk. You got to sound like you're hyping it up, and you got to say who's going to win and who's going to lose. And they've been doing that for about 2 weeks now, and it's been so funny. But Uni Magic's like, I'm just going to watch. I'm not in it. I'm neutral. Oh, there he is. No smack talk. We're just telling the truth. There he is. There's the other West Coast, California. Gonna be in the sale. Y'all, John is so funny. Wisconsin Greg does outdoor walks, product reviews, vlogs, artwork. He paints, and he is a cool dude. Nice. Let me write that down. Wisconsin Greg. Uh, y'all drop that link for that. If y'all hadn't already, about the west against the east. If y'all hadn't dropped that, I will. I'm gonna be at Josie Cares channel. I'm gonna be telling a funny story tonight, but I'll drop by. Hey Angie, can somebody drop the link for the sale tonight? Are you talking about the west and the east, Sandy? Welcome in, honey bunny. I got to get ready for tonight, but you can buy a point for your team you like by getting Jennifer a $5 milkshake. Oh, okay. I was wondering what that was about. I just heard part of something about Jennifer and a milkshake. I just heard part of it. We will do the rules when we show the. Oh, okay. Got you, John. Will you get ready for the night? The night tonight. I know it's going to be good. Y'all going to just hype it up. Okay, Ness. Thank you for dropping by, dear. Love you. I don't have a jacket. I can't subscribe to anybody. Hold on, Sandy. Hold on, girl. Let me get to that. Hold on just a second. Live. Sandy. All right, Sandy, next time you type, darling. Okay, let's see. Oh, wait. Did I see Ella come in? Ella. Ella, I got to tell y'all something about Ella, but let me play this for y'all. Let me play this for Ella. Super chill. Thank you, Ella. Ella's got a birthday coming up. The end of this, I think it's the 25th of this month. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's correct. She and I are the same age. She's probably 6 weeks older than I am. John, can you drop the link? Thank y'all. And if y'all don't know Ella, y'all are living under a rock. Ella is amazing. Y'all need to go over there and check her channel out. She does auctions. When you go in the dictionary and you look up the word real, REAL, a picture of Ella is beside that word because Ella is real as the day is long. And, we're having long days right now because the time got, we sprung forward. So, and by the way, today's the first day of spring. Today's the first day of spring. So if you don't know which she's like a sister to me. If you don't know Ella, and she's from Great Britain, and I won't even butcher that accent because I cannot even do that accent. But Victoria tries to do it a lot, and Victoria really thinks she has it down to a science, but no, she doesn't. But she tries. Our Victoria, she tries a lot of things. But go in. I think that's next Tuesday. What is next Tuesday? Is that the 25th? I think that's Ella's birthday. She's doing a show that day. Now, isn't that amazing? She's going to have an auction on her birthday. But anyway, Ella has auctions. She gives away things. She and I do a show, Keeping It Real, every other Sunday night, and we switch back and forth on her channel, then my channel, her channel, then my channel. And then Josie and I do a show once a month, the calm before the storm, which has really been going well. And they're really different shows, because the one that Ella and I do, we talk about things that are going on in real life, and most of it's what's going on YouTube. Can you imagine anything going on YouTube? And then Josie and I, our show is more of like a lesson, like you're like we're learning together. Like she and I facilitate that show. Like we have like finding yourself. What do you want out of the rest of your life? How to reach that goal, reaching goals. That's more of what that show is about. And becoming who you're really supposed to be. Because, we never completely become who we are supposed to be till we reach the other side. So we can't be perfect. I don't want to be perfect. But you'll find some people on YouTube that think they're perfect. I don't want to be perfect. That's the link for Jennifer, but let her know east or west. Okay, gotcha. Hugs to you, John. Yeah, Ella's amazing. Hey, Teresa, how are you? Let me get that out correctly. How are you doing? That's another sweetheart right there. She's like Claudette. She supports a lot of channels. She's a good mod too. You're welcome, Sandy. Yeah, next week, Tuesday. That's right. And Ella started that right there, that blanket hello. When you see somebody else go into another chat and they say blanket hello, Ella started that. She started that. Yeah, the first day of spring. Yep. Yeah. I have such look, the selling community has taken in this black sheep because I don't sell things. And they have just taken me under their wing, and they have just let me come into their community, and they have just loved me and taken real good care of me and become my friend. And I got to thinking, how did I end up in the selling community? But I'm right dab in the middle of the selling community, and I have neighborhood chat talks. That's what my channel's about. And yet I mostly am with the sellers. It's amazing. I don't know how I ended up there, but I ended up there. And I'm so happy I did, because there's so many great people. You have a few that will just say, bless their heart. That's what we say here in the South. Bless their heart. But I mean, I have some wonderful people from YouTube that I consider my friend that I've never even met. Josie being one of them, Ella being one of them. I mean, I would like to, Christina, Claudette. I mean, I would like to meet, and I've met CJ before. You're welcome. I wish y'all would all just come visit me. I wish I could pay for all y'all to come and just stay for a weekend retreat. That would be so much fun. And can you imagine the YouTube videos that we would get from that? Because everybody that would come would probably have a channel and have content, and they would be making their own personal video. Look how many videos would go out with that. pitch. I mean, just oh my gosh, would barbecue on the outside, stay up at night, build us a bonfire. And if you wanted to pitch a tent, pitch a tent. If you wanted to come inside, that might be the reason that I'm decluttering and getting things out of my house so I can make room for everybody to come visit. Wouldn't that be amazing? If I wanted the lottery and everybody got to come to my house, oh, I would love that. Hey, Lalo. Oh no, what's the weather there? You're freezing. Somebody got snow today. Wait a minute. What channel was that? Hold on. Hold on. Somebody was talking. Oh, Denise's Magical Emporium. I think it's Missouri. I think she lives in Missouri. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. If you do, you may be telling a fib. I mean, you can test it. You can quote me, but I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. But yeah, you got it right, Lalo. Josie's a sweet lady, but she'll tell it like it is. I know, Sandy. It's amazing. Oh, I know. And we have and I don't know, Lalo, if you've been in here with me talking about this, but we have a state park maybe 3 miles from my house. And they have cabins. They have places to pull your camper, pitch a tent. It's called Lake Lincoln. And it's a big lake. They have a big pavilion. We had a family reunion there one year. They have picnic areas. They have where you can play volleyball and that golf that you throw the disc. I guess it's disc golf. I mean, they do have a swimming area, but I wouldn't swim in it because they have seen alligators in there. There's no way. No, no, no. Yeah, Sandy. Josie welcomes anybody is welcome at Josie's. Only thing is no drama, no bullying. Now, if you do that, which I know you're not, Sandy, you're not, but we have seen that come into the chats before. There's not enough line on a riding reel to throw out into a lake to reach these people. There is not enough line. You could throw that thing across the lake and you're still not going to reach some of these people. Oh, I'd love to meet you too, Gladys. I would just hug you. I'm a hugger. So anybody that ever comes to my house, you better just start saying in your mind, okay, she's going to hug me. She's going to hug me. You might as well just get that in your mind. The wind is a wind chill of 21. Ohio. Is that where Denise is from? Or is that where the snow was? I'm just trying to catch up on all the conversation. Yeah, I've got a set of Josie's pillowcases. Oh my gosh, and they are so beautiful. I don't know if Josie's making any pillowcases now. She's so busy. I don't see how she has time to do what she does. She made this beautiful junk journal, and it was birds. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. I'm close to Missouri. No snow here, lots of sun, but was super windy yesterday. So it wasn't Missouri, it was Ohio, Iowa. Was it Iowa? Is that what she's? Yeah, Iowa. Yeah. No snow, thank God. I can't drive on dry roads as it is. Y'all, I haven't driven in 5 or 6 years. And I I got to make a decision by, let me see what year my license expired, because I got the 8-year driver's license the last time. By 2027, May of 2027, whether I'm going to renew my license or I'm going to get an ID. Y'all, I don't want to give up my license. It's not that I'm going to be driving. It's just I'm giving up so much, and I know what difference does it make. It doesn't make me less of a person if I just have an ID. I mean, I may make up this big story like a reason I have an ID and not a driver's license is because maybe something happened. I could make it into something real interesting, which that would be lying. So we're not going to do that. But I don't know if I want to give up my driver's license. I've had them since I was 15 years old. Because back in the day, you only had to be 15 years old to get your driver's license. So it's a part of who I am. I don't want to give them up to get an ID, which I'm pretty sure I'm never going to drive again, which I could get the things on the steering wheel, the controls. But herein lies the problem. Well, not if I got a automobile that you just drive the wheelchair up in. And then when I got to where I was going, I could just open the door and go out in my wheelchair, which they do have those. They do have those vehicles. Oh, I know, Sandy. That would be awesome. I would love it. No, Denise in Iowa. Denise got snow, and so did Angie's Oddities in Wisconsin. Oh, Angie's Oddities is Wisconsin? Oh my gosh. I know that's way up north. I have an order for a set of pillowcases and I hope to make next week. Oh, I hope you start making them again, Josie, because I probably need another set. It's like riding a bike. Yeah, but my right foot is paralyzed, and that's the gas. Okay. So I would have to, when I was still driving and my leg was bad, I would use my left foot to do everything. My left to do the gas and the brake. And so then I got stranded one day because I had an anxiety attack because I almost went into the back of a vehicle and I pulled over. And that's the last day I drove. And somebody had to come get me. And somebody else had to drive my automobile home. And I never drove again. It's the first time I ever realized that an anxiety attack was real. Up until that point, I never knew what an anxiety attack was. And I thought I could have killed somebody. I mean, I could have hurt myself too, but I was more worried about hurting somebody else in an automobile that was innocent, that would have been on that road, and I just couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't drive. Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm going to renew it. Can you see me going into the DMV in a wheelchair? Yeah, I'm going to get my license renewed. My sister's daughter is 23 years old and she will not drive an automobile. She will not drive it. She has her driver's license, but she will not get behind the wheel of a car and drive. And when I was 15, I could not wait to get behind it. But I had been driving since I was about 11 or 12. I mean, I knew how to drive a standard. I mean, my grandfather had taught all us grandchildren how to drive a standard truck. So, I mean, we were familiar with getting out in a field and just driving around. Josie said, I've driven for 65 years. See there? My old boss had a ramp van. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to find us something for me just to pull up in and be inside. Especially, we have a cover for my wheelchair when it rains, but I don't want to get it wet. It is too expensive for something to happen to it. So usually I won't go anywhere unless the sun's shining. But we could get caught one day in the rain, which we do have my cover for it. But I would be so worried that it would blow off or the rain would get on the batteries or something. She would drive in and pull up between the front seats, then transition herself over to the car seat and drive. Yes. Yes. I think I could do that. Oh yeah, anxiety is paralyzing. Yes. You were driving at 15 too, Christina? There was no way that I wasn't getting my driver's license at 15. And my sister's daughter's 23 and she will not drive. She will not drive. Oh, I know, Gladys, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. She had MS and neither of her legs worked anymore. I understand that. And Angela, James and I talk about this. See, my spine has tumors and they're mostly on this side. And that's why this side of my body doesn't work well. But if they go over here to this side and this leg starts breaking down, I don't know what I'll work it, which I transition a lot, but I can still stand up with a walker and walk to a chair or, uh, like when I go to the restroom, I walk to, sit down on the toilet. I'm standing up like 6 minutes now with the physical therapist being here, not an entire 6 minutes straight, but like in 2 minutes, like I can stand up 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then I have to sit down, wait 30 seconds, stand up again, and go 2 more minutes and 30 seconds. That's where I am now. When they first started coming, I was only standing up 45 seconds. That's all I was doing. And I had a lot of fluid on my lower extremities. If Uber and Lyft were cheaper, I'd probably never drive again. In our rural area, we don't have Uber and Lyft. That's out. That's just like DoorDash and people that deliver food. We don't have that. We don't have that here. There she is, Josie's partner in crime. That's Pam's Treasures. She's the one that has auctions with Josie, and she also does junk journals. She's got this thing going now, and I can't remember the name of it. Pam, you can help me. She does little short videos with cards, and I think she's part of a group, and it's called something, and I can't think of the name of it. But I watch the videos, and of course, it's crafting. Pam is very crafty. She makes things, what we were talking about earlier. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful person. Y'all have to go there and watch her channel. I know, Angela, it has been hard. And what amazes me, I used to hear people before I became handicapped say they had to learn how to walk all over again. And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? Learn how to walk all over again. How do you forget to walk? But now that I'm having to learn how to walk all over again, I completely understand where they were coming from. Completely. And my brother had MS, was in a wheelchair for over 25 years, died at 79. Wow. There she is. There's Beauty Magic. She's the one that is with um Angela Isaac Vintage and more, and John Lucas, but she's not going to be west or east. She's not going to be selling. She's going to be neutral. She's just going to be clapping her hands for everybody. She's wonderful, beautiful person. She has beautiful things at her auction. A lot of glass. She loves and knows a lot about it. Honey, she can tell you everything about what she picks up and shows like Angela does. I mean, they know their idols. Welcome in, Uni Magic. You know I love you, girly. It's a challenge at Penny's Crafty Creation. Deck the year. Yeah, you make a journal cards out of playing cards or index cards. Yes, thank you, Pam. They do the coolest things in the crafting community. I think because my attention span's not very long, it's the reason I can't sit down and do crafts. Because I'm like this. I'll be writing something and I'll go, oh, look at that bird. And I get distracted real easily. I mean, easily distracted. And I think that's why I can't get into crafting, is because I get distracted real easy. Uh-oh, cool kid just walked through the door. I wondered where you were, Nora. Nora has always been the cool kid of the neighborhood because I named her that when she first started coming into my channel. She has a great channel. She keep you up on stock, but she'll tell you that she's not a professional, so she's just giving you tips. Don't take it to the bank, but it mostly works out for you. But she also does the scratch offs. You know, the scratch off tickets. But anyway, I named her the cool kid of the block because I didn't believe when she told me her age that she was really that age, because I was like, there's no way. I thought Nora was probably late 30s, early 40s, is what I originally thought. Well, when she told me her age, I said, I want to see some driver's license because there's no way. There's no way. But Nora has a good aging gene. I'm going to tell you that. And I started calling her the kid, the cool kid of the block. Nora lives in Florida. How's the weather there, Nora? She said I'm vintage, Angie. Oh, I don't know. I hadn't been over there. Has anybody won like a big amount on your channel, Nora, from the scratch house? Have you won a big amount? Because we always at Christmas time, and my children love this, we buy scratch offs. And what we do is we tear them off, and I buy about 40 or 45. And with grandchildren, they all get a turn too. Like Berkeley will get a card, and Matt will scratch it off, and Lincoln and Taylor or Brent will scratch it off. And if they win money, it goes in their savings account. But what we do is we put them all in a bowl, and then we draw numbers to see who's going to be the first one to draw, the second one to draw, the third one to draw, to make it fair. Because if I was to tear these things off and put them in their stocking, and one of them would win a large amount of money, the other one would say, "Oh, it was rigged. You put the one that was the winner in his stocking or her stocking." I don't want to be told that. So we always just let them draw their own destiny, if they're going to win something, because they always say that Matt is number one. That's my son. James and Taylor always say, "Oh, number one's coming this weekend. Oh, number one's coming. We'll get fed really good. Your mom will cook really good food because number one's coming." And they always joke with me about Matt. I could just see me putting one of his lottery tickets in his stockings and it winning big. They would never let that die down. Never. They would just go on and on about Matt being number one. And what I always tell them is, well, he is the firstborn, but I don't show any difference in either one of my children. Now I have to love them different because they have different personalities. I love them the same, but different. Now, Matt is easygoing. You know, he's a big teddy bear. He hugs and loves on people. And then you have Taylor, which is a firecracker that can go from 0 to 9,000 in about a split second. But she's very loving. Because if she loves you, she loves you. But if she don't, she don't. And there's no convincing her otherwise. So I have to treat them a little different, you know? 81 degrees. Not yet. Oh, you did just drop a new video? Y'all go over there and check it out. Did you drop the link, Nora? Mississippi has some cool tickets. Yep. We I think the most we won at Christmas time when we was scratching ours off was $20. You know, we didn't win anything over $20, but $20, it was $1 ticket, I think. And it was $20. And we bought $1 ticket and $2 tickets. Okay, get the link and so you can share it. But don't forget Josie Cares. She's going to be telling funny stories on that channel. She's doing it on that channel because it's not monetized. And you never know what's going to come out of our mouth when we start telling funny stories. So I don't blame her for switching it over there to that channel. And it's going to be 4 or 5 people. I'm supposed to tell a story. One of my best friends is coming by at 4:30. Her mom passed away and she wanted to see me. So I may be a little late going to Josie's, but I plan on being there. Thank y'all for dropping that. Thank you. Thank you, Christina. Y'all, I know I mentioned it before, but y'all need to check out Christina. She does dumpster diving and all those masks that she found. I don't know why they're holding on to those things, but maybe we'll need them. I hope we don't need them again in my lifetime. Hey, Sassy Mary. How are you doing? There's my girl. Now, you want to talk about somebody that's amazing. That's Sassy Mary. She's with Colleen, the original OG, and Tracy Cake's coffee shop. And of course, they do auctions. And Sassy's the one that keeps them straight. Sassy, my box is still floating around the United States somewhere, honey bun. It's still floating around. It's traveling, you know, like the traveling pants. It's the traveling blanket. But when it gets here, it'll get here. I'm anxiously waiting to see it and hold it and touch it. Finally able to sit for a minute and caught you live. Oh, Nan, I'm so glad you're here. That's another one. Sales. How did I end up? I love this community. Nana's the one that did my intro and my super chat little short video. She's the one that put that together. I love it. She knows I love owls. Nana has auctions. I think Nana's supposed to go back up north. She has been in Florida. I think she and her husband are going back to their home in I don't want to say the state because I know that I know it, but I don't want to say I know it 100%. And I've watched her, I don't know how many times, talk about going from the north to the south. But Nana Tink is amazing. Oh, it finally made it to Mississippi, did it? It must be getting tired. Must be getting tired, Sassy. Pennsylvania. Yes. April the 18th. Y'all be there for Easter. Because Easter's the 20th. That's Good Friday. The 18th is Good Friday. So Sassy sits there, and bless her heart, Colleen and Tracy will get to talking, and she just finally says, "Hush and let me speak, please," because she is the moderator that, you have them in the chat, but then some channels have one that is there with them that keeps the chat going and reads out what everybody's buying or what their bid is or whatever. And that's what Sassy does. Plus, when we have a certain holiday and other people don't have anywhere to go, she'll come on Tracy's channel and just be there for people that want to come in and they can chat and talk, and Sassy will just facilitate that. And of course, she made me a crocheted blanket. That's what we were talking about. That's floating around in Mississippi right now, trying to get to my home. It's floating around. I hope it's had a good trip because it won't go anywhere else when it gets here, Sassy. It'll stay right here. I guess it's getting a belly full while it's out there. Actually, we'll be staying with Victoria for a day or two, so we will either get home Easter Sunday or the next day. Awesome. I just informed my son because I don't know if all sons are like this. I love him. I do. I really love him. But you have to start preparing my son a month or so ahead of a holiday because in his mind, I don't think he realizes that holidays come. Because the other day he was texting me and I said, "Now I need to know what are y'all planning for Easter because I want to have Easter again here. We had it here last year and my two sisters came and their children and but both of my children were here, and that's when they announced that Haley was pregnant with Livy, and thank the Lord she wasn't born in December. Oh, and I want to have it again here this year." And he's like, "Okay, well, let me talk to Haley." Now, I'll do this for several weeks until it gets up to about 2 weeks before Easter. And I'm like, "Matt, you haven't told your mother about Easter and what's going to happen. You need to get Haley together and y'all need to sit down and let me know." A few more days to go by. Finally, he'll let me know. But you have to start preparing him a few months before the holiday. Wait a minute. Your item was delivered in or at the mail at 12:03 p.m. on March the 19th, 2025 in what? Oh, it must be out for delivery. It must be out for delivery. Yeah, it usually goes to the post office, and then the strangest thing about my mail person, she brings so many boxes to my house. I get so many. The stuff I buy at auctions, the stuff that people send me, the stuff that I have to order for my being handicapped. And now that home health's coming, they order things from the wrapping of my legs and all the things they need. So I just have boxes coming. So they'll pick and choose the days that they'll bring stuff, and other days they'll say, "Okay, I got 6 boxes, so I'm not going to take any more than 6 to our house. I'll pick up the rest of them tomorrow." So, it might be out there on my picnic table now, Sassy. I'll have to get James to go look. That's all, sons, I swear. If it weren't for our daughter-in-laws, I don't think nothing would happen. I know. Matt just is oblivious. He just lives in this bubble, like, lolly, lolly, you know. But he is a great dad. Matt is. And even James says, "I wish I would have been a dad like Matt is." Which James was a wonderful dad. He was strict and he hunted a lot. But see, Matt has given up all of his extracurricular activities for Berkeley and Libby. He used to hunt, fish, play golf, which he does still go to the gym, but he is like hands on with those two girls. It's like he's right there, attentive to everything they need. And I'm just so thankful. And of course Taylor, she's wonderful with Lincoln. And that little thing, I don't know what we're gonna do with him. He is all boy. I call him Matt all the time because he reminds me of Matt. And I have a great daughter-in-law and a great son-in-law. But I prayed for years, I prayed that have a I would be a good mother-in-law. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm not sleeping with either one of them. And my daughter's sleeping with her husband and my son's sleeping with his wife. So I'm not interfering with none of that. You know, I'm like, y'all handle y'all. If you want to ask me a question, ask me. But other than that, I feel like you got it. None of my business. You want me to know it, you'll tell me. If you don't want me to know it, you won't tell me. So, but it has been a little different since grandbabies have come into the picture, especially now that Matt tries to discipline Berkeley. It breaks my heart. Oh, when that little girl gets in trouble, oh my goodness, it breaks my heart. I just have to go in the other room. And then later on, when she leaves the room, Matt will be in the kitchen or somewhere, and I'll say, Matt, did you have to do that? Mama, she's got to learn. That's what he tells me. I'm like, I know, Matt, but it just hurt my heart so bad. Yeah, I agree, Nana. Oh, when I was going to have my pacemaker, the revision on my pacemaker, and Matt was calling me, checking on me, and I said, okay, Matt, I got to let you go, Mom. They're here to get me, to take me. He said, oh, no, no, Mama, wait, I want to pray for you. Which I did lose it. I started crying. He prayed the sweetest prayer for me ever. And I was just boo-hooing. And when I said, he said, I love you. I'll talk to you later. I said, okay. And James, I looked over at James, and James was just, I mean, he was teared up and crying. And I thought, oh my gosh, it just made my heart feel so good that he prayed for me and that I felt like I brought him up right because he wanted to pray for his mama, you know? And I'll never forget that. Him saying, Mama, I want to pray for you now before you go to have surgery. Yeah, it does. It does, Nana. Oh, parents are totally different with grandparents as grandparents than they are as parents. Both of my children look at James and myself with our grandbabies and they go, who are these people? What happened to my mama and daddy? They are nothing. They were nothing like this when we were growing up. But see, our position has changed. I mean, they say, and I've said this before, if you raise your children, you get to spoil your grandchildren. If you spoil your grandchildren, you have to if you spoil your children, you have to raise your grandchildren. So, I always go by that. And I'll say, well, I'm sorry. I was your parent, but I get to be their Gigi. How many grandbabies do you have, Nana? Hey, Zeus, how are you? How many grandbabies do you have, Nana? Did you hear me? I think Nana do you have a great grandbaby that's coming? Or is that another grandbaby? Because I saw where you was getting a little girl. There's going to be a little girl. Is that a great grandbaby or is that a grandbaby that they just found out it was a little girl? I don't think we'll be having any more babies until Taylor decides to have another one. And I'm hoping she'll let Lincoln get, he's only January, February, March. He's only 15 months old. He will be 15 months old the 30th. I hope she'll let him get at least 4. Berkeley was 3.5 when Livy was born, which that's pretty good. Mine were 4.5 years apart, and that wasn't bad. If you start having them 5, 6, 7, 8 years apart, that gets kind of too far apart. I have 6, 5 grandsons and 1 granddaughter, and yes, great granddaughter due in July. First great grandchild. So excited. Oh, I know you are. Now, the great granddaughter is going to be from one of the grandsons or the granddaughter. Is it the grandson and his wife, or is it the granddaughter and her husband? Who is the baby? Which grandchild? You know, people tried to tell me about grandchildren, about how wonderful it was, and I kept thinking, I can't see me treating my grandchildren better than I treat my children. I mean, my children are my heart. Oh, honey, was I ever wrong? Oh, my goodness, was I ever wrong? Which I knew my children did wrong. I wasn't one of those parents that said, oh, my child would never do that. My child would never do that. I did never say that. Now, with my grandchildren are perfect in my eyes. I want to show y'all something right quick that Matt sent me yesterday. He sent me this. This is Berkeley's report card. Okay. It's a list of things and they scored them on it. And he said, our baby got the highest scores in the class. Berkeley she scored the highest on her test and on different skills that she's able to do at her age. She scored the highest. He was so excited about it. Our oldest grandson, and they are not married, engaged finally. They are 30 years old. I know, Nana. Matt and Haley didn't start having children till they were in their 30s, but they went to school forever. I kept telling Matt, aren't you tired of school? Baby, you can't go to school the rest of your life. You gotta do something. But he and Haley both, man, they stayed in school for years. And Taylor was like, I'm getting my 4 and I'm out. She wanted to get 4 years of college. She was out. She said, I'm not doing it. And, you know, she graduated Southern Mississippi USM with a 4.0 average. So it wasn't like she struggled. She just was tired of school. My oldest grandson is 17. I will never be a great grandma. Oh, I don't know, Josie. Your mom lived well into her 90s. That's what I say. Never say never. Never say never on that. Nope. I think that's what Josie said, that her mom lived to be in her 90s. I hope I didn't misspeak on that. Okay, let me remind y'all. Josie Cares tonight, 6 Central, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Funny stories. I'll be telling one, but I may be a little late. Angela Isaac, Vintage and More, and John Lucas and Maria, the California Thrifter, are competing against Dawn Southern Finds, Yarn Again Teresa, and Tooch Man. They're having a challenge with the West and the East. 98. That's what I thought, Josie. I thought she was in her 90s. All right, everybody. Never say never. Our granddaughter is the one getting married May the 10th. She's our second born grandchild. May the 10th. I got married in May. Taylor got married in May. Mine's May the 16th. Taylor's is May the 20th. My sister's is May, her anniversary is May the 14th. May's a good month. My grandmother's wedding anniversary was May the 4th. All right, I've enjoyed it, everybody. I love you all. Y'all have a good evening. Bye.